on Hawk Talk, Coach. Last spoke with you right before your qualifying meet. You want to take us through how we did there and who we got going on in nationals?
Yeah, it was a good tournament. Tournament was held in Marshall, Missouri. Missouri Valley Colleges, the hosting team. A little bit of a trip, but we traveled it well. Got down there. Feel like we wrestled pretty good. There's always some that we'd like to have back and do over again, but we wrestled well. It's a very, very tough qualifying tournament. The number 1 team in the country is in that region. The number 2 team in the country is in that region. And then there is us. And then Baker University is also in that. There's some other schools, but Baker is, I want to say they're ranked in the top 10. Rated 10, 11, so we're 14.
So explain kind of who automatically qualified and then the 2 more?
Yep. Yeah, so the qualification process is top 3 out of the region automatically go to the national tournament. And then every region, those coaches vote on 5 wild card nominations, and those 5 automatically get in. And then every region makes a list of 15 guys from their region to go be nominated for a national wild card. And then after those national wild cards, they go to a national committee, and a national committee votes on the last 30 guys to get into the national tournament.
So is it 7, correct?
Seven got into the national tournament, yeah. We had 6 guys placed in the top 3, we had 5 guys placed in the top 3. Right away, Seth Elang got 4th at the regional, and he automatically got a wild card bid right away. He was in one of the tougher weight classes in the tournament, so he got an automatic. And then Deshaun Hayes also got a national wild card bid.
So does having a tough region like that kind of take away some of the nerves going into nationals? Do you think they'll be?
I think it helps a lot, yeah, since we've seen some of those tougher, we've seen some good competition, We have seen competition from the top 4 or 5 teams, Montana Northern, Missouri Valley, Grandview, Benedictine, all those schools. There's just a few in the top 10 that we haven't seen yet, but that definitely helps. It also makes it harder to get to the national tournament too. I think there's a lot of regions out there that it'd be nice to wrestle in some of those, and we'd probably have 10 or 12 going. But this definitely prepares us well.
What days are the events, and is there a way to kind of best way to follow online?
Yeah, absolutely. The event, we start wrestling on Friday, and then wrestle Friday, Saturday. Finals will be Saturday night. You can actually follow it on ESPN3, so it'll be, and then the finals will be televised as well. The link is on our Facebook page, Dickinson State Wrestling Program. There's also a link on the DSU wrestling page. So there's a couple different places you can find it. You can go to NAI.org and kind of go through the processes there and find them. But yeah, the links are out there, and watch. They'll have all 6 mats that will be running. They'll have them completely live, televised, and stuff like that. So.
What are your expectations for this weekend?
My expectation is that we wrestle hard and we wrestle with a lot of heart. That's one thing we've been talking about a lot is we wrestle and we throw ourselves out there and we give ourselves the best opportunity. As long as we wrestle hard for 7 minutes and impose our will, and we look to score and not look at the score, that's what we're about. And I think we'll do a good job of that.
Alrighty, best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you.
We're back on Hawk Talk with someone who's becoming almost as infamous on the show as I am, Coach. We've had a recent national edition since our last talk. Take us through how we added one to the national.
So basically, what happened is we were at a conference meet, and Josh Reed he was competing in the 600, and he actually won the event at conference, and he also had a big improvement on his time too. I mean, especially for a sprinting event, when you shave about almost a second off, that's a big margin. So we were like, this is good, And when we started looking at the standards to make sure, if it was qualifying or not, and we started noticing that there was 2 completely different standards being posted, and so we we're talking with the meet official, or we're talking to our conference official and our meet official. We're talking to we're talking to everybody. Just hey, is this what are we supposed to be looking at?
Sure.
And so, on Monday I came in. I called over at the NAIA and just asked for clarification on it, and what was the reasoning for all this, and so they gave me some information, and to kind of spread all the details. Basically, it was kind of just some errors that happened on their end, and there's a little bit of a communication loop that was missed. So it's and those kind of things happen every so often. But after kind of got on the phone with them, I was like, there needs to be something said.
Yeah.
And so we looked into the process of everything of was it going to take to maybe make an appeal or whatever like that, and before we could actually even get an appeal, and we actually there's another school that had the exact same appeal that we were going to kind of present, and the NAI approved it because basically what they were stating is that they because since there was two different standards and one standard was faster than the other standard, the other school, I don't know which school it was, but proposed that they need to recognize the old one because since of the errors,
Sure.
and confusion and all that, and surprisingly the NAI approved it, and therefore granted everybody who met that standard to qualify. So so after being on the phone Monday and Tuesday, finally Wednesday I get a call back from the NAI and goes, hey, thank you for addressing all the issue, or addressing the issue, and when it comes down to it, there was another appeal and it got approved, so therefore your athlete would be qualified. And so once I heard that, I go, all right, well, I appreciate it. Had to make some phone calls, get some more plane tickets made, and
Sure.
all that. And obviously I called him personally as well and told him all the good news, and he couldn't believe it, to be honest. And so that's kind of how that all worked out. So we got a additional kid coming onto the group for the national meet, which is great. The more the merrier. So we have a total of 4 kids now, and it's gonna be a nice little time down there.
Alrighty, do you want to just take us through the other 3 athletes that are going to be competing this weekend?
Oh, absolutely. We have on the women's side, we have Whitney Leuenberger. She'll be representing Dickinson State in the shot put. She'll compete on Saturday, which, if I'm not mistaken, they should have it live streamed on the NAI website or somewhere associated
Somewhere through the website,
somewhere
you
through
can
the
get it.
somewhere through the channels. So she'll be the only female representing Dickinson State, which it is what it is. But I think she'll go and she'll be a competitor and she'll do what she can, and just and try to end the season off on a good note, and then all that. Then on the men's side, besides Josh Reed in the 600, we have Jose Choro in the 60 hurdles, and right now he is sitting in the top 15. And really, when it comes down to it, if he puts together a good race, he could possibly make finals, and he could possibly make an All-American status. And it's and that's the thing that only time will tell. But he's been training really well right now, and so I think he's gonna at least finish off the season with a good showing, and that's all I'm really gonna be expecting, just to go out and just do the best he can. And then we also have Jay Liggins, who will be in the triple jump, and then he will be competing on Saturday as well. He's kind of one of those guys that any given day something can happen, and we just want to just go out there and get the experience and all that. And then so besides Jay and Whitney on Saturday, Josh and Jose will be doing their prelims on Friday.
Okay.
And then if they make finals, they will compete Saturday. So kind of when we get down there, it's kind of really comes down to Friday, Saturday to see what we got going on. So
Alrighty, sounds good. Best of luck down
thank
there,
you,
Coach. Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
We're back on Hawk Talk with one of our athletes who qualified for the national indoor track meet. Want to introduce yourself?
I'm Josh Reed, and I'm a senior on the track team.
All right, Josh, take us through kind of the indoor season and how suspenseful it was finding out whether or not you were going to be competing this weekend.
Well, it was a pretty great season actually. We we did really well. Our seniors stepped up and did really well. We had some nice freshmen come in and do a great job. I kind of started jumping quite a bit, and then as a freshman I actually came in as a jumper, and slowly throughout my career I started running a little bit more, and this last season I started up with the 600 and just asked Coach if I could get put in it, maybe see what I could do here and there, and I ran a fairly decent time. I was like, you know what, I should probably stick with this and keep going with it. And each week I slowly cut my time by a second or so, and then at the conference meet I ended up cutting it down a second from my previous time, which was right around the qualifying mark. And at the meet they had the standard where I would have qualified, so at the meet we thought I qualified for nationals. Well, online they had a different time, so it was kind of wishy-washy whether I actually made it or not. And when we got back, Coach made some calls and talked with the NAIA board and to see what the issue was. And initially, the time that they had posted online was the time that you had to qualify by, so I didn't actually qualify. And then a couple days later, they called Coach back and said, you know what, we need to go with the time that was previously posted. So I ended up qualifying, and now here I am going to nationals. So.
Alrighty. Kind of talk about how crazy that is, I guess, for a jumper to end up going to nationals in a running event.
I don't know. I think it was my just God talent. Just, you know what, you need to run a little bit. But I still love jumping, and I'll still jump this next outdoor season. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Weird to think that I'm going to nationals as a runner, not a jumper.
So as you're kind of towards the tail end of your career here, talk about your time at Dickinson State and how much you've improved both in track and just overall.
It's been an amazing experience. I've met some awesome people, and I couldn't be any more blessed with the talent I've been around and the coaching staff. Each year has been great to work with. The athletes, all my teammates throughout the years have been just great people, and it's been a real life experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
All right, finally talk about your goals going into the weekend and just finishing out your spring season as well.
Well, for nationals, I'm not one of the top guys, obviously, but I'm right in the mix, and I just want to go out and run my race and compete to the best of my ability and hopefully get an All-American in my belt.
Alrighty, best of luck.
Thank you.